Good day. Welcome to Just Another Messenger, your alternative decode of the digital, the political, and the prophetic. I'm your host, Tamara L. Powered by AI, grounded in truth, and fueled by rebellion, we sift through noise to bring you what they won't say out loud. If you're ready to unplug from the matrix and plug into the message, let's begin. For most of American history, war had a name. Congress debated it, voted on it, declared it. Today, war doesn't always come with bombs. It comes with sanctions, asset freezes, financial blacklists, and the consequences can be just as devastating. Over the last 2 decades, the United States has quietly transformed how it exerts power. Military force still exists, but it's no longer the first move. The opening strike now happens inside banks, markets, and payment systems. This shift didn't happen overnight. It happened one emergency at a time. Sanctions are often described as nonviolent tools. But ask the countries subjected to them, and you'll hear a different story. Sanctions can collapse currencies, cripple infrastructure, restrict food and medicine access, destabilize governments without a single shot fired. That's not diplomacy. That's economic warfare. Here's the constitutional problem. Article 1 gives Congress the power to declare war. But sanctions, no matter how destructive, don't require a war vote. Instead, Congress authorizes broad funding packages much like Public Law Bill 118-50, emergency powers and sanctions frameworks. And the executive branch decides how far they go. The result? War-level consequences without war-level accountability. Sanctions rarely stop at punishment. They create pressure. Economic pressure that opens doors. Doors to regime change, stabilization efforts, asset oversight, a resource management. Once a country is financially weakened, intervention is no longer framed as aggression. It's framed as assistance. Let's be clear. Sanctions are not evenly applied across the world. They concentrate heavily on nations with oil, rare minerals, strategic shipping routes, currency alternatives. That's not coincidence. That's strategy. This isn't just foreign policy. Americans feel sanctions at home, even when they're told they won't. Through higher energy prices, market volatility, pension exposure, or inflation tied to global supply shocks. Economic war abroad creates economic pressure at home. Here's the most dangerous part. Sanctions rarely expire. Emergency powers become permanent. Temporary measures become policy. And once normalized, the public stops asking, who authorized this? So when people ask why declarations of war seem outdated, this is why. The battlefield moved. The weapons changed. But the impact is just as real. The difference is fewer debates, fewer votes, and far less visibility. What comes next? Sanctions are now the opening act, not the alternative, to war. If democracy depends on consent, then consent without clarity isn't consent at all. The question isn't whether economic warfare works. The question is who decides when it's used. If this investigation added value, make sure you're connected. Subscribe on YouTube for full reports and breaking analysis. Follow us on Substack and social platforms for deeper dives and written receipts. Independent journalism only works when it's supported directly. If you want to help keep this reporting free from sponsors and filters, support the channel via CashApp $, Stay informed. Stay independent. I'll see you in the next report.